Should be live now. Hello everyone. This is not a normal stream. Oh shit, sorry. This isn't a normal stream. This is going to be just a chill out stream where if people hop in they can ask me some questions about either the channel, me, or stuff that's been going on recently, because oh god, it's not been great in the last... I wouldn't say it's not grey or anything, but you know, it's been gaining a lot of interesting comments the last couple of days. Just sorting out everything. There we go. Just gonna go and tweak the stream. So yeah, if anybody passing has any questions, they can come and ask me. I'll actually rename the stream, actually. I sound dead. It's been an interesting couple of days. It's wouldn't say it's taken a toll on me, but it's... When you get 112 dislikes on a reaction video, it's not particularly pleasant, but at the same time, it's like, it is what it is. People were angry with my reaction for some reason, telling me that I did a poor editing job with the reaction, talked too much. How's the stream looking? Yeah, it's around 112. Actually, let me look at it now. What does that actually look like? It's like 112 or something. It's got, to be fair though, it also has 72 likes, so there were people that did like it. Oh no, it's 111 right now, and it's got 72 likes. So there are people that actually like the video, but I think the dislikers, I think it's more people that just didn't like the fact that I didn't like Ruth and the Ruth reveal. Here's a hot take. I thought Jo Martin was not good. I didn't think she was a good actress in that. I don't think she was that good. I thought she actually was pretty bland. Yeah, it is what it is. Like, it's... I should say, it's obviously... I understand people have their opinions. People will be annoyed if you like something or if you don't like something that they like. I get that. It's completely normal. I think some comments on the video were a bit unwarranted, to be completely honest. Oh, I'm doing. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill out and we're gonna just... Honestly, it was hilarious when you said this actually isn't that good, and I'm just like, and it's the Doctor. It's like, yeah, like, her performance was technically better when she was the Doctor, but it still wasn't good. I don't think Joe Martin was good in that episode, and it doesn't actually surprise me how so many people have been praising her. Like she's not a terrible actress as the Doctor, but her writing, and she's not fantastic. Yeah, I just feel like, I think when it comes to Doctor Who, I think nowadays, especially when people see, for example, because people don't like Star Wars, but people assume that they're doing it either because they just want to or other reasons, you know? And they assume the same with Doctor Who. And don't get me wrong, there are some people that aren't great for the fandom. There always is, though. That's not something new. But, like, for me, for example, my opinions, I felt I tried to give it in a valid way and a very I tried to do it in a very what's the word, structured way and fair and critical way, instead of just saying, oh, this is shit, I hate this, or they've ruined Doctor Who. Like, and to be fair, I think if the rumours is true, what I mentioned in my reactions to Series 12, if the rumour is true, and I feel that Chibnall has, in a sense, ruined the show. I think that if... I'm not going to spoil it, because I don't know if people looking back on this will actually know the rumour. I just had a debate with someone, not a debate, but a few tweets back and forth with someone talking about it, and you can look it up on my Twitter, but I think it's odd to me how people will accept it, in a sense, and like, that's fine. If you like it, you like it. Some people just don't have to have logical reasons, they can just like it, and that's fine. But people, I think, saying that if this is pre-Hartnell, that it's fine, I think that's really odd, and it kind of shows where their head's at in terms of what they care about the show. Because if Ruth is before Hartnell, canonly, like, if she's canon before Hartnell, that I find that incredibly disrespectful to Hartnell's legacy and all Doctors after that, anyway. Because it's just a very weird thing. But I think it's very disrespectful to Hartnell, especially. I just think that if that is what Chibnall's going for, and of course the leaks don't necessarily have to be true. They could obviously, I think JXE did say that BBC could have just made some fake leaks and just to like trick people. That is a legitimate possibility. But if the leaks are fully true, then it's my non-faith in Chibnall was proven to be right, and I don't want to be right. I want to be proven wrong. But him also coming out on Twitter, not on Twitter, sorry, but him saying that this is not a parallel Doctor, this is the actual Doctor. I haven't read his full quote, but obviously I think a lot of people have seen the quote of him saying that this is the roof doctor is the actual doctor. Man, that's not good. I'm not a fan of that at all. Just think that he really could have. He's probably really dropped the ball. Obviously, I got someone commenting on the reaction, saying that they obviously know someone from BBC in the marketing or editing, whatever, and they know that Chris isn't disrespecting the show. And I think that obviously it's someone just saying it on YouTube. They could necessarily just be making it up. Even if they are, I don't know. I just find it. I'm still very worried. Even if someone's saying, "Oh, I'm from the show," I know someone is from the show, and they are saying it's alright. Yeah, I just feel like that. I think the reason why so many people like it, I think is there's a lot more to them. Them saying that they like it just because like its last season was so poor in terms of dialogue and established Doctor Who lore. There was like literally nothing to grab onto, really. And now that this series is literally all lore, it's all connected. Like the next episode is co-written by Chris Chibnall as well. So there's clearly a full-on series plot with every episode up until the finale now. So I think many people are liking this series because it's like throwing so many plot elements into it. There's so much to think about, there's so much to talk about. And I'm just worried it's going to fall flat on Chris's face. Because I have no trust in him. Because of last series. I don't care if it was sort of on purpose. You still should make entertaining television, and he just didn't do that last series. I just don't think it was that good. I've actually got so much stuff I need to put away. Because if you're gonna take it back to basics, there is a proper way of doing it. And Chris didn't do that last series. He did it extremely poorly. Also, it's saying I'm dropping a lot of frames right now. I don't know if that's all. I just need to let it sit. I think that I just hope that Chris knows what he's doing. That's basically what I'm thinking right now. Because obviously I think out of everybody I've seen, I think everybody's been, at the very least, at some point very positive on this series. Obviously you don't know how, what Connor feels about the latest episode, because he hasn't posted the review yet for Futures of the Jejune. Well, from Orphan 55 to then. I roughly know what he thinks about the last two episodes, but I don't know what he feels about the latest one. But from his reaction, it seems like he really enjoyed it. Especially with the Captain Jack stuff. Which I will fully admit, that was the best part of the episode. But I find it funny how, if you go and look at old footage of Captain Jack, old episodes, sorry, you can just tell the writing is so much poorer than it was before. Like when he says, "You miss me, right?" that just felt really clunky, like clunkily written. You can just like sort of tell, because I just don't think Chris can do witty dialogue. He can do grounded dialogue in a natural setting like in Broadchurch, but it feels like he's trying too hard to be different and trying to be like fun. I just don't think he can do that. There's 3 camps. No, most no one concept just because Ruth is a black woman and want the show to break just because. Yeah, like on on Connor's video, on his reaction, someone commented when I said how this we could have another Hellbent on our hands, and someone said that they liked it. They love Hellbent, so that would be good for them. I just think that that is the kind of Doctor Who fan I just can't get on with. They can obviously love the show, but I am always going to be like, I get that it's great that you love the show. It's great that you love something from the show. That's fantastic. I'm happy for you. But when you look at an episode like Hellbent and how badly written it is and how many massive problems it has, it's ridiculous how anybody would then want more of that. Yeah, I haven't watched that much Torchwood, so I wouldn't know. I know the full story effectively. Not big stuff. I know that there are characters that die and that there's massive implications and stuff like that. But from what I saw, Chris didn't fully know how to write Jack. But even then, it's weird because you look at that those episodes, Jack is written fine, but here he just feels so, in the latest episode, he feels a bit off. Like, I don't know if it is John Barrowman's delivery, or if it is just the writing, or if it's a combination of both, but it just felt a bit off, as fun as it was. I don't know what it was about it that put me off a little bit. Also, I think that the Jack reveal really, not like necessarily its fault, but it did put me off the rest of the episode because I just wanted to keep going back to Jack. Like, I almost didn't care about the story anymore. I just wanted to know what Jack was there for. And and it's not necessarily the episode's fault, or even like what Chris wants to do's fault. It's just, I don't know. It just was a bit odd. So obviously, like, so far, I've obviously posted this on Twitter. So far, I think it's just slightly better than Series 12. I don't think it's a massive improvement. I still think it's very poorly written, and the episodes aren't as engaging as I want them to be. I still think Jodie's still a bit iffy, though I will say, last episode she was actually pretty good. Like, she sold it well. There were a few opposite iffy moments, but her best scenes were her first scene of the episode and probably her last. It was a bit odd in places, but those are probably her best scenes from the episode. The companions were all still extremely dull and did nothing. As fun as Graham was with Jack for a bit, they still just weren't. engaging enough, and it'll be when they eventually leave, and I think at least some of them will leave this season. I'll be not gonna lie, I'll be happy because I just don't think they are good enough actors to really engage me, and I just don't think the writing is there now. I think it's been long. I think it's been too late now. And considering we only have 5 episodes of the series left, and considering how the next episode is going to be written by Chibnall, well, co-written, it seems to me that they're just not going to be developed at all. Favourite next time trailer of this Chibnall era? I'm trying to remember which ones there are. Orphan 55 actually had a pretty decent next time trailer. I know the episode wasn't well regarded, but I felt like the next time trailer was pretty good. I'm trying to remember which other ones, because I'm not actually that sure. There have been some good ones though. I can't remember what the Eat Takes You Away one looked like, but it obviously wasn't anything really to do with the full plot because a lot of it was hidden. So I don't know what my favourite one would be. I actually don't know what my favourite Chibnall era episode would actually be. It'd either be It Takes You Away, or it'd probably be Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. It's probably one of those two. Because I don't think any Chibnall's episodes are that good. Like I don't think Spyfall was good. Praxis looks actually pretty decent, and obviously it's off the cliffhanger of the last episode, which does make me think that every episode is now going to be connected until the end of the series, which would be pretty interesting actually. Yeah, I just don't think the writers know what to do with them enough. And I've kind of accepted that now. I just don't think they're going to be developed well enough until they leave. And it is kind of dumb, because then that's just wasted potential. But I think I've noticed now that I just don't think they're good enough actors. I think Ryan is hindered by the accent, like massively. I think Yaz just doesn't have enough to her to really give you enough to care about them. And Graham, I think, is great, but there's only so much Bradley Walsh can do. Eventually, you're going to have to start giving him more stuff to do, but they just haven't really done that. Don't worry, Connor. I saw your tweet. I know you don't think it was that bad. I think when it comes to Me Years Light, it is obviously quite subjective, but it is still actually quite a poorly written story, and the actors are very, very bad. I think next time I watch it, I'll probably like hate it a lot. Also, Connor, what did you think of Futures of the Jadoon? Because you obviously didn't give that much in reaction. Obviously not spoiling your thoughts from the review, but what did you actually think of it? Because I thought it was okay, but like I said to you, I think it's going to get better or worse as time goes on. It'll be interesting when we do the next EDAR and we actually talk about Series 12 properly. I've got no food. Well, I've got bread, but... Yeah. I guess... I think... Okay, the good things about Futures of the Jadoon are that the Jadoon are good. They're fine. They're not ruined in any way. Jodie's performance is good. There's no doubt about that. Well, I guess you can doubt it, because there are iffy parts, but there always has been, so that doesn't really surprise me. Obviously, that doesn't exempt it. But other than that, there's nothing else I like. I think Joan Martin is not great. Here's the thing. I think she was terrible as Ruth and just fine as the Doctor. And her characterization worries me, because if she's the actual Doctor from this universe, then that worries me a lot. I don't think the episode is written well at all. For God's sake. And I think that it will absolutely get worse over time if the leaks are completely true. I imagine that if it is true, mate, I'm making an unbridled rage on the episode that reveals it, and then probably this episode, because I feel like this is very... You can pick apart the episode. But like I said, so far, I think this series is only a slight improvement. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll look forward to the review. It'll be interesting what you and Adam think. Because I obviously have no idea how Adam's going to think about this episode. Like, I can see him liking it, but also being very iffy on it. I don't know. But I can see him liking the Jodie scenes at the start and the end. Because Jodie is very good in her first scene and last scene. That was probably like my favourite scenes of the episode. That and obviously Captain Jack coming back. Or I was just thinking in my head when I saw Captain Jack, was like, oh my god, please don't ruin him. I beg you, Chris, don't ruin him. I love Captain Jack and I don't want him to be ruined. But yeah, also, Connor, did you see that Chibnall apparently has confirmed that Jack isn't back this series? Obviously, he could be lying, but he did say that. Obviously, he could absolutely be lying, but hey-oh. I'm trying to find a way back to the pool, but I have no idea where it is. I probably should have marked stuff down. He probably will, because he really did like Spyfall Part 2. I didn't. I thought it was worse than Part 1, but I put them both on the same level because the comedy in Part 1 was terrible. So it kind of evens out. But I think Part 2 is quite messy. I'm sure Capaldi's fine in Easter's Light, but that doesn't make the episode good. Like in terms of performances in Hellbent, he performs fine, but the episode is atrocious. If the next episode, I think, if the episode is average, if I find it average, which is absolutely a possibility, then I'll get hit with another 100 dislikes. I'm gonna think that this series, if it's average, then I'm just gonna think this is gonna be a poor series, just with more lore. Because right now, Series 12 for me is worse than Series 9. Actually, it's probably worse than Series 8. I don't even. I'll just dig. Oh yeah, I've got the volume like very high. Well, not high, but high enough. I just think the show's gone downhill since, well, not since then, but when you compare the show now to then, it's what it is. Well, yeah, well, to be fair, we've had some ASMR videos, you still can watch video. I'm running out of food. I don't know how to get back. I might have to cheat, because I have no idea where I am. And I might just have to cheat and make a ball, and then just destroy the other one. The World Enough in Time cliffhanger is fantastic. It's beautiful. When I rewatched that last week, I just absolutely loved it. Right, I might have to cheat. How the fuck do I cheat? I'm trying to figure out how I can fucking cheat. Recreate. Doesn't make anyone. Hold on. But yeah, the One Hoof in Time cliffhanger is phenomenal. It's so well done. Okay, so oh well, it's restarted. Okay. I don't know how to get back. I'm just gonna keep walking. We were screwed. Cliffhanger? Hmm. Alright, I've played this for like 45 minutes. I'm going to go and switch to something else. I'm going to deal with that on my own time. What is on my Steam that I could play? Let me switch this over. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I know. Play KOTOR. We'll play that for like an hour or two, maybe. Well, not an hour, probably 2 hours, but yeah. This probably will be super loud. I don't know. Oof. Resolution on that. Oh boy. Oh god, that's going to be difficult to... Okay. Game capture. Tour. Specific window. Knights and Republics. Done the wrong one. God damn it. Oh no way, I did that right. I'm dumb. God, it likes freaking out, doesn't it? I don't think it's gonna work. No, I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, no, hold on. I mean, it's working, but it's just not coming up on my screen. Oh, there we go. Alright. Okay. Let's just fix that, eh? Hopefully that'll work. Is that gonna work? Please work, please. Okay, cool. It works. I just need to switch it now. And switch. Alright, that should work now. Just waiting for it to switch on the stream so I know it's working properly. Alright, yeah, works. Cool. Did I do one? Oh yeah, I did. Let's just... We're gonna delete those. Just start a new one. Yeah, that's fine. Shadows. Yep. Music's gonna go off. Which Spider-Man film is my all-time favourite? Oh, Spider-Man 2. It's the best film. It's my favourite film ever. Spider-Man 2 is fantastic. Next would probably be Into the Spider-Verse, and then Spider-Man 1. But Spider-Man 2 is like, it's timeless. It's so good. It's so well written, and it's so well performed. Can't imagine a world without that film existing. It's just such a great film. Oh no. Did Adam say that the sequel trilogy isn't that bad? Yeah, I agree. Spider-Man 2 looks incredible. It's so good. It's like, it is timeless. Like, Spider-Man 2 is such a timeless film. People say that it's so campy and cheesy. It's like, nah. It is, but it fits well with what the universe is, and it's incredibly made. It's such a good film. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. Oh boy, Connor. Oh boy. All good for healthy debates though. Nothing wrong with that. The backlash from my latest reaction is what it is, but I think that people were a bit harsh. Oh, we're skipping that because we don't want to get copyrighted. I get why people were angry in a sense, but I think people being annoyed that I talked over it, or that I was too negative, or that I didn't give it a chance, or that
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The end.
It's very loud. Let me just finish the comment, but just the fact that... Is it even on stream? Oh yes it is. Just the fact that it... I don't know, it's just, I think that people were way too heated about it, I think. Also, why is it lagging? Is it just me? Is it lagging on your screen, guys? If it is, then I don't know if I'll be able to play it. But what did you think? Did you guys think I was fair on my video? Because I thought I was very fair on it. There was stuff that I liked. Hey, Beach Nation. How you doing? Yeah, it's lagging a lot, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to play it. That's a shame. Oh, doesn't look like it's going to work. Guess we're going to have to play something else. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? That's a real shame. Hey Dan, how you doing? Getting loads of people in here today. This is actually really funny because there's so many people that I know, but none of the other people know each other. Like Dan, I've known you for like... Yeah, the game like... You got Dan, I've known you for like how long now? Years now, even though we've never actually met, but we've known about each other for ages. Yeah, I thought it was very harsh. Yeah, I thought my opinion... I don't think I know that my opinion is valid. Like, let's be completely honest. If Roof Doctor is before Hartnell officially, then that's like... That just messes with the canon on a massive scale. You're fair with your criticisms, I just disagree. What parts did you, like, disagree with? I'm interested to know, because I feel like that the positive stuff that I liked, everybody else liked, and the only thing I felt that people probably didn't like about my video was obviously me not liking Ruth, and also the reveal. Play FIFA. Probably another time, but I don't think... I'm probably in the mood for FIFA right now. Let's see what else is on my Steam list that I could play. I forgot that it didn't let me exit out for some reason. I guess it just didn't work. Yeah, KOTOR's weird. Oh no, we can play Portal. Hopefully that'll work. We'll play some Portal for an hour or two. No, not two, an hour. Oh, that is loud. We're gonna have to turn that down. GM mode. Another time. Sorry for the delay, guys, when switching games. Nah, you ain't getting me to play Fortnite. There's no way. Alright. Oh, well, the OBS is fine. It was just, the internet. I think OBS was just being odd. I think it was being odd for a lot of people, actually. Funnily enough.
Hello, and again.
There we go. I'm just gonna turn the volume down.
And welcome to the Aperture Science Computer.
Did you know Chibnall today is the actual... Yeah, I already knew that. I already knew about that.
Detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test.
Let me turn it down because I just want to talk to you guys. I don't really want to listen to the story. Yeah, but yeah, I did see that, and I'm not happy. Hopefully, Chris is lying, but if he's not lying, then I think he's then ruined a lot of the past Doctors. Also, that doesn't show my webcam. That's not good. There we go. I've actually never played Portal 1 in full. I've played Portal 2 in full, I believe I did when I had a Mac ages ago. I feel like Chib's writing has been a lot better since Spyfall 2. I disagree. I think the writing has still been pretty poor. I wouldn't say it's been particularly good. Sensitivity. Also, should I do more stuff like this, guys? Because I know I stream on Twitch, but obviously I don't get that much of a following. But because I have quite a few subscribers, I could probably do a lot of these streams more. Just Q&A streams. You guys could just chill out with me. We can just hang out and play some games, or even have people come on and we can talk and shit. Should be fun.
For instance, the Aperture Science weighted storage cube.
Yeah, I still don't think that... I disagree. I don't think Ruth was good, and I don't think the Ruth Doctor was well performed. I felt like her writing wasn't great, and I think that her performance was iffy. Oh, do I have the... Oh, okay, I see. That's interesting.
Please move quickly to the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test.
Let me move the chat to more my... I have to keep turning my head, and I don't like it. I'm gonna just do this. There we go. There we go, now I just have to turn my head just like that. Who's your favourite actor? David Tennant. David Tennant is the greatest actor I've seen. He's so good.
You're doing very well.
David Tennant has, like, I watched last night. I watched for like the, I don't know, the 10th time. I rewatched Human Nature and the Family of Blood. He's phenomenal in that. The way he makes you actually care about John Smith as a character is incredible. The writing in that episode is fantastic too, and the romance. It's actually the first time I cried in the Dream of a Normal Death scene between Nurse Redfern and John Smith. I think that scene is incredible. The music's so good and the writing is great. It's such a good episode. Yeah, David Tennant was so good that I enjoyed Fear Her. He's pretty damn hilarious in Fear Her.
You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Do not touch the operational end of the device.
Is that who doesn't love David Tennant? Well, a lot of classic Doctor Who fans who think he's out of character from the Doctor, which I don't agree with, because every Doctor is, in a sense, their own character.
Mind the gap.
But obviously, you still have to keep them in. Their basic foundations have to be consistent. Like, the Doctor doesn't kill people without a reason, I guess you could say. Obviously, when I watch more classically, I'll get more of a better idea of it. So, oh no, that's where I just was. Bloody idiot, Callum, you are.
Well done. Remember, the Aperture Science Bring Your Daughter to Work Day is the perfect time to have protected.
Joe Martin hasn't been in anything significant, and as a pretty stock book standard soap opera actress in my opinion. The fact they choose her to play her, yeah, I don't know anything about her, and I'm probably gonna actually research her. And if I look at clips and she isn't that good, then I feel like that she'll always just done it because she's a woman of colour. But even then, there are so many good women of colour actresses that you could have got to play her. So that's just the thing, you know? That's only my, issue. David Tennant is amazing in Broadchurch too. He is. He's fantastic in Broadchurch.
Excellent work. As part of our required test,
Broadchurch is great, and it just confuses me why Chris could never write like that in Doctor Who. Maybe it's just that he feels he has to be either silly or he's actually is restricted because it is obviously a PG show. The Time War resets the character in something very different. The change of character is justified. I agree. Something like that could change a person, absolutely, but not changing everything about them, if you get what I'm saying. Even a lot of people who hate the Tenth Doctor like him as an actress. Yeah. Yeah, I agree that he's just a fantastic actor. Fugitive of the June is my favourite of this series because it actually engaged me. I mean, I was engaged, but that doesn't make it good. Like, I was engaged in Orphan 55, but it's not a good like very good written episode. You know, it's very poorly written, is what I would say. Can I? Oh, I'm dumb. Well done, Callum. Oh, this is where I came from. Do you prefer normally actors whether they're particularly famous? I would say David Tennant is famous. When you see him, you recognise him. Same with Matt Smith. And Tom Baker is very big in every country that is popular with Doctor Who, you know? Everyone else, I could probably, see that not many people would recognise them. Like William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee. Peter Davison, I don't think they would be recognised if someone saw them on the street in, say, like, just regular parts of the country. Which is a shame because they're fantastic actors and deserve all the praise they get. In my humble, subjective, objective opinion.
While safety is one of many enrichment center goals, the aperture science high-energy pellet seen to the left of the chamber can and has caused burns. Unbelievable. You. Subject name.
Yeah. I mean, before... Oh, okay. Before getting the role? Oh, yeah. But... I think what... whatever his name is... I think what his point was is that in other stuff she's been in, she hasn't been particularly good. I just don't understand why Fury has been so well received. If you take Captain Jack cameo out and the Virginia Swift... Honestly, yeah, I would say it's very average. Like, it's not I say it's not terrible, but it's not particularly well written. Honestly, here's a hot take. Jack wasn't well written either. It's just John Barrowman is extremely fun to watch. Peter Damon was famous for his roles on TV. Yeah, I'm sure he was. Maybe he was. Oh, I see. All 55 is a trigger word for me now. Like, I'd beat the crap out of Sumter June if someone talked about that episode. I just think it's my new fear. But obviously there are like objectively terrible things about it. The political aspect is really forced down your throat. There's some really bad performances, like the mum is so badly acted. Get away from her! She literally can't act. Neither could the rebel woman either. James Buckley did nothing. Which annoys me because I think James Buckley is great. Actually, yeah, to be fair, Capaldi was known before, because obviously of his role. Ah, there we go. Seriously, that you're doing fighting. Yeah, what's your biggest unpopular Doctor Who opinion? Oh. God, I don't know. Connor probably would have the best idea. because obviously I've talked a lot about him with Doctor Who. Seriously, that engineering fighting was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Yeah, it was very bad. Ruth's facial expressions I hated. Here's the thing. Why couldn't... Here's why Ruth is a bad character and not even good for the twist. She's not engaging at all. You don't care about her at all. She's not that interesting, and she's not well performed. If she was a good character, well performed, well written, then the twist, I think, works better. I think making her the blandest character, I think, is so odd to me. My biggest unpopular opinion, I guess... I don't know. I guess that... I actually don't know. Yeah, that is a pretty big unpopular opinion, Connor. I guess I don't think Matt Smith is like top 5 in my Doctor list. Fuji is my favourite, but it's fine. I think Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror is better. But just slightly. Because I think Nikola Tesla and Jodie are great.
Spectacular. You appear to understand how a portal affects forward momentum, or to be more precise, how it does not.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, like, I don't think Matt Smith is the best Doctor by quite a mile.
Momentum.
Yeah.
The function of mass and velocity is conserved between portals. In layman's terms, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
Jesus. I guess also an unpopular opinion would be that I think End of Time Part 2 is good. Because some people think End of Time Part 2 is actually worse than Part 1. I know there are people that do like End of Time. But I think to say that Part 2 is better than Part 1... Actually, no, I don't think that is unpopular, but yeah. I think End of Time Part 2 is good. Don't get me wrong, Matt Smith is very good in Series 5. Like, he is incredible in Series 5 and has a couple of episodes where he performs fantastic. But his Doctor is not... Like, Series 6 and 7 are terrible. They're very poorly written. The River Song story is not good. Series 7 is terrible because Clara is the worst companion. Exactly. That's what I think makes Smith really bad. Hard to gauge because it's very split. Most probably, yeah. I wouldn't say End of Time is brilliant. It definitely has its objective issues. Like, Part 1, I think, is not very well paced. But I at the least would rather have an End of Time than a Hellbent any day of the week. Ow, I just died. End of Time, I think, is worse than Fear Here, Daleks in Manhattan, and Idiot's Lantern. I disagree with all of those. Idiot's Lantern, I think, is really badly written, and it poorly characterizes the 10th Doctor to a massive scale. Fear Her, I think, while it has very comedic moments, is still a very badly written story. What's your favourite Doctor Who scene of all time? David Tennant's rage in Waters to Mars. The laws of times are mine and they will obey me. That's my favourite scene ever in Doctor Who, without a shadow of doubt. Yeah, I massively agree that I like Smith. I like Smith, but he's not well written in series 6, 7. Yeah, he feels like a different character in a sense. I would still say it's... I would say End of Time still does the character decent enough. It completes his arc when I think Twice Upon a Time feels like an after... Not really an afterthought, but it feels like it's not needed. It's more of a nice send-off for Capaldi, and that's probably why I do like it.
The device is now more valuable than the organs and combined incomes of everyone in. Subject phone call. QnA.
I definitely think Twice Upon a Time has its problems, and it's not the best episode in the world, but I think it's a decent send-off for Capaldi. Though I think Dr. Falls would have been much better if it was his final episode, and it probably should have been. Where do you stand on all the talk of the Doctor being too politically correct nowadays? It's an odd one, because when it comes to people thinking that the show is a bit more politically driven, that they decide, for example, to go for a female Doctor just because they wanted the Doctor to be fair and to be female, and not because they want to get the best actress/actor at the time for the role. That I understand, because it's taking the representation aspect and not thinking about the writing and performances and the actual stories. But I think there is some validness to that, not to a massive scale, but I understand people's frustrations. But I don't take it to like that meaning that it's going to be terrible. But the reason why I don't like Jodie is because I think she's very poorly written, and her performances overall at this point in time, they're not good. That is what I would say. Well, at the time the Doctor was meant to be his region story. Yeah, before Chris decided he didn't want to do it. Oh yes, I would say it's the Capaldi era. It has some political aspects to it that are very poorly done. I think that's pretty valid. Well done. Yeah, like Kill the Moon, for example, is terrible because of its political aspect. It's the same as like Orphan 55, why that's a very poor ending. I think 12's farewell speech is absolutely awful. I disagree. I really like it. I think it really does fit his character, what he's been doing. Every hero Doctor Who has politics. Yeah, exactly. It's just how it's executed is the problem. Kill the Moon and Orphan 55 execute the politics terribly. So politics in Doctor Who, I think Jay tweeted it, like how Doctor Who has always had politics, it's just how it's executed is the main thing. And that's absolutely true.
Feel free to pass out. An intubation associate will be dispatched to revive you with peptic salve and adrenaline.
Yeah, I get that, but obviously it's a reference. I think I've mentioned this too, but it's obviously a reference to Capaldi's like interactions with children. Let's see, I need to get that.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you.
Yeah, 11-0 doesn't have that much politics in it. It's definitely not like politically driven. Yeah, I can understand that. I think that's understandable. Yeah, let's go here. That absolutely is atrocious. Yes, I do. I support Manchester United. So you can tell, or you would probably assume that I am not in the best of times in the last few months.
No further compliance information is required or
That's why I was in such a bad mood in my reaction to episode 4. Though actually that didn't have that much effect on me in terms of my verdict. So I need to get in there. Ooh. Right now we are. Though to be fair, it's been reported that we're actually going to sign an actual good midfielder. Oh, that's good. We got something in common. Yeah, it does look like that it's going to be announced. Edward Wood has finally gone off his arse to do something. That'll be nice for a change. But Manchester United are obviously the biggest club in the world in terms of history. And it pains us that with this shit. Like, there's no way, there's no ifs or buts about it. We are a shit football team right now. Why, though? That's mean. I don't know. Oh, for God's sake. Ugh. Ah, I guess that doesn't actually work. I'm trying to figure out how to actually do this. Or maybe I have to wait. Do you think Ole deserves to be sacked, or would you give him more time? I'd definitely give him more time because he's only been able to bring in 3 signings. Yeah, I definitely, if it's poor results, I'd give him the end of next season. Hmm. No, it doesn't work. Oh, I know. There you go. But yeah, I don't think Ollie deserves a sack, but he obviously has to make better decisions in terms of his game management. Like, for example, he can do well in terms of game management. Like, for example, the game against Chelsea in the FA Cup. No, the Carabao Cup, sorry. He did that extremely well. When we conceded, he brought on other players. And obviously, we ended the game well. Obviously, the Rashford goal was obviously a 1 in 100 chance to score. But in terms of game management, we managed that game very well. So he can do it, it's just he needs better players. And Bruno, I think, will be a big difference if he officially does come. Speaking of which, there seems that there's been news about it in the last 3 minutes. I've got like 4%. Oh, Ed Woodward's house has been targeted by Man United fans. That's not great. Don't get me wrong, I hate the guy, but you know. We continue on. I forget how long this game is, I don't know. I guess it's like 3-4 hours or something.
And brief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us help you help us all.
Guess that's not gonna work.
To ensure the safe performance
Anyway, so you could do that.
do not destroy vital testing apparatus.
Oh, I do what I want. Let's be frank about it. That doesn't really do anything, does it? Yeah, like what does that actually do? Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it, guys. I'm a smart one. God's sake. What the fuck? I'm getting it way too late. Oh, for God's sake. I'm not good at this game, guys. I think I'm figuring that out. Hey, I got it. Alright. Interesting. Classic stories I'm looking forward to based on what I've heard about them. Caves of Androzani for sure. The War Games. Inferno. The Trial of the Time Lords I'm interested in. What else? I'm trying to think what else would there be. What's that Tom Baker story? I'm trying to remember. Pyramids of Mars. Obviously you've talked about that a lot, so that'll be interesting. Oh, I'm dumb. Alright, I've got this. Ah. There we go. I think I've got it. What are your opinions on Bolstrig and Nerdrodic? Do you think they're toxic or just fans with valid opinions? I don't watch them, but I know Nerdrodic from a few appearances on EFAP, which is a podcast that he's on. Bolstrak, I've actually never watched any of his videos, so I don't know what he's like. Obviously, many people don't like him. I think a lot of people have opinions on him, but I think that they're obviously not sexist. I would hope so. I don't think Nerdronic is sexist. I just think he thinks the show is very political driven. No, that doesn't work. But I'd have to watch their videos to really get an opinion on them, because I simply just don't watch their videos. Uncultured people? Is that what you're saying about Bolstrick and Roddick? I'm sure at one point they do have valid opinions, but obviously I don't think that for everybody. That's for sure. From people's reactions. Oh yeah, he doesn't have great thumbnails. That is pretty often. Oh, I have to get to the other side. Okay. Oh shit, ow. I just think they've lost faith in the show and think it's just going to go to shit. Which obviously I don't know. I would honestly have to watch their videos and understand their points to really give a proper opinion on them. What the fuck happened there? I thought I did that fine. Alright, we'll do that again. Bolster Kate Series 10. I would probably assume because of Bill. That wouldn't surprise me if that's the case.
Did you know you can donate one or all of your vital organs to the Aperture Science Self-Esteem Fund for Girls? It's true.
I mean, I like Bill. I do actually like Bill. I think she's actually a pretty decent character. Oh yeah, I've heard about that, and I don't agree with that at all. That he thinks that It Takes Two Away is being political against awful fathers. I obviously don't agree with that. I just think he's traumatic and dealing with the loss of his wife.
Appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck. Put me down.
Put me down.
No hard feelings.
Oh boy, this is gonna be difficult.
Are you still there? Please put me down. Malfunction.
EA Kablam 2. Well, I don't think Kablam is fantastic, but I wouldn't say it's like a 2. he liked Kabal until he realised he was right wing. What's your favourite film in the QnA trilogy? Oh god, they're all fantastic. But I'll probably have to go for Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz is so fucking good. Hot Fuzz is legit fantastic. I love Hot Fuzz. I think yeah, God, I guess that's equivalent to Saskia saying Sergeant is the second worst RT's job because it's anti-military. It's not anti-military, it's anti-violence in a sense, because I don't know, I don't think that's valid. I think it's... And her hubby was in the army, yeah, it's just that she makes it personal when it's not meant to be personal like that. Honestly, man, I think Sasuke's whatever Sasuke says is pretty overrated as a reactor. I think she can actually be quite irritating. Her most irritating is when with Matt Smith, without a doubt. Edgar Wright is God. Yeah, Edgar Wright is probably my favourite director of all time. I think that's pretty valid. But yeah, he's pretty darn good. Like, I watched Baby Driver a couple months ago, and it's so good. It's a very good film. Not as good as the QnA trilogy, but Baby Driver is still very, very good. Oh yeah, I know. Favorite reactor? Oh yeah, I know he directed Ant-Man and then got replaced. Me and Connor did a... way back when it was the build-up to Endgame, we did all reviews of all the MCU films leading up to it. It was okay. Well, who's your favourite reactor? I don't really have one. I think Connor and Adam and Jake are great. I think they're probably my favourite RTD reactors, because I think Jake is so interesting. Obviously, I don't think you know we're talking about Genesis Vandrazani, who's in the chat right now. He does her reactions with Jake, with Doctor Who from Series 1. They've just posted Fear Her, so they've got Army of Ghosts and Doomsday coming up, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I think they're my favourite RTD, but I'm not sure I have a favourite reactor. I used to watch a lot of Blind Wave, but now I think they're kind of awful because of Shane. I really don't like Shane. How would you rank the Cornetto trilogy, best to worst? I'd probably put Hot Fuzz at the top, then Shaun of the Dead, and then World's End. But I'd give all of those films 10 out of 10s, because they're all fantastic. Yeah, I just find like Jake so interesting. The way he like talks about music, for example, is so interesting to talk about, because the music in Doctor Who, I think, is one of the best aspects of it. Murray Gold is probably like my favourite composer.
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you
I don't remember the Baby Driver soundtrack that much.
where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
Yeah, you absolutely should, because they do really good RTD era reactions. They're not the only channel. I remember when I think my first video of them I watched was the Score reunion reaction. It was nice to like see people actually talk about, you know. Yeah, Shane is just shit. I think he's the worst reactor I've seen on YouTube. Like, he's just not good. He's just not good. He's objectively the worst reactor on YouTube. But yeah, yeah, I just think Shane shouldn't have been on reactions because I think he's pretty dog shit and he has really bad opinions. Fun fact, I think opinions can be wrong. And I think that's pretty valid because, you know, if you use your evidence to validate your opinions, then that's fine. Oh, Melanie is pure cringe. Like, I've stopped any Melanie reaction I never watched because every time I first watched them with her in it, she's just extremely cringe. Like, I'm sure they're nice people. There's no doubt about that. I'm sure they're very nice people. But they're not... Most of them are not good reactors. Eric is the only one I actually like. I think he's fine.
The symptoms most commonly produced by enrichment center testing are superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. The enrichment center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
I used to watch Faye Whale a little bit. I kind of stopped watching him when he started watching Matt Smith because it's not because I hate the Matt Smith era, but I just don't find it that reaction worthy as I once did. I think he can be a little bit cringy sometimes. Fuck's sake. Oh yeah, I'm sure like when it comes to Star Wars, they're just really iffy. I binged his like when I went to his Patreon and did it for all the way up to End of Time. I watched his reactions from episode 1 of series 4 all the way up to End of Time, and it seemed like he did actually like it, to be fair. Oh yeah, I know he's on series 12 as of right now. Though I'm just not gonna watch it. Fuck, that's not how it works then.
Will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
I'm probably never gonna go back and watch him though.
In fact, cannot speak.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I feel like especially, I feel like, yeah, I just, like for me, for example, I think you guys can agree when you watch my classic Doctor Who reactions, you can tell that I actually really want to know more about it, and I'm just not like, oh well, it's not the same as regular Doctor Who, you know? Yeah, like they hated Five Doctors because they don't understand it. They're just not good reactors when it comes to that kind of stuff because it goes over their head. So why do I do this then? Do I need the... Oh, I might need a companion cube. Yeah, they definitely just don't get it. I think that's pretty obvious, at least. Oh, Jesus. I think I know who you're on about. I'm trying to figure this out, and I am being a bit of a dum-dum, I think. I don't know. If you could do a podcast with another YouTuber, who would it be? I guess he's technically not a YouTuber, but I would actually love to do a podcast with JXE. If you don't know who he is, you can search him up. He's actually a very, very good YouTuber. There's not any other YouTuber. Yeah, I do a podcast with Connor, Jez Vangelai, called Edar, but I'd love to do a podcast with Jay. He's not technically a YouTuber, but he does cover Doctor Who at certain points. Like he did a live stream the other day talking about why he hated Fugitive of the Jadoon, and I felt his points were pretty valid. Yeah. What's that actually connected to? That? It's connected to that. That I understand. Something back there that I missed, maybe? I don't know. I'm a bit puzzled. I understand that. This needs to be hit by a beam. A ball. The ball thing. But and then that activates those things. I think? Yes, it activates those things. And that as well. But how do I? Okay, that's the end of that level, so surely that's it. I'm just trying to think. Where is this? Is that hidden? Am I being dumb though? Let me get the cube and bring it with me. Our the mission design was better than the resolution? Yeah, it was. It was better. Well, here's that button. What's the entrance though? How the fuck do I get there? I'm trying to... I've got no fucking idea. I am stuck, I think. Because I don't know. Oh! Oh my god, I'm dumb. I just figured it out. I think I figured it out now. Okay. Right, I figured it out. How do I get it? That's my only thing. How do I get it from here? There. Because that's meant to be diagonal, but I have no fucking idea how to do it. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay, I've got it now.
The Enrichment Center urges you to disregard its advice.
I've got it now. I'm a smarty one. Is it actually gonna come or no? Or is it because... Oh. I see. I see. I see. I see. Yeah, I was like... Well, at the same time, I don't know how shocked I was. Because some people just don't understand greatness. Okay, all that's lifted. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, why am I not surprised? Maybe because they're really bad at reacting to Doctor Who. I need my companion friend. I forgot. Yeah, I just don't. I'm legit never gonna watch them again. I just don't think they're good enough to like talk about good Doctor Who. I mean, bloody hell, Shane loves Series 7, so...
You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. Please escort your companion cube to... You euthanized your faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record.
That's funny. Oh, God.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion.
Oh.
My center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
Okay. Oh, I see. The hell is this? Question. Once Chibble and... Oh, where did I leave this show? Do you think it will be back? Oh, I'll definitely be interested to see where the show goes. I think, honestly, once Chibnall leaves for sure, then, I think then, the show has potential to be really good again. Obviously, it depends on who it is, but I feel like that, the show can be good. You know? Ah. Didn't do well there. Hmm. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god, that's not great. I just got crushed. Got that. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a stream there. We've been going for 2 hours now. So I think that's going to be it for now. So thank everybody for coming. Loved all your questions. Had a very good discussion, everyone. I'll probably do this more, to be honest, and we'll probably continue Portal and can ask more questions. So yeah, I think that's a good amount. It's now midnight here, so definitely should probably get some Z's. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was actually impromptu, so I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll just wrap up in a minute. Just gonna close some things. Just gotta check to where. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. That'll be all for now. I might you'll see me for obviously the reaction on Sunday, which is ages away. But yeah. Yeah, other than that, I don't think there'll be any more videos coming out. 40 hours will be soon. I haven't filmed it yet, but at some point it will come out. Just gonna get some time. I might react to it tomorrow, maybe. See how I feel if I get time. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you then. Is age.